What happened on November 19th, Alisha?
They were arguing with me like as if I did something wrong. How old are the ministers in DMK? Very
terms of
senior.
age.
They can't stand. I don't know whether you've seen Ponmudi, the way he makes fun of people. I will vote for Vijay. You will vote for Vijay. Just because you're Vijay, you can't change anything.
Sit back, buckle up, and brace yourselves. This is Chennai Live 104.8, India's first and only digital talk station. You know, today, my friends, we talk about our country, we talk about our state, we talk about a community, we talk about a city, and also our individuality. They say very commonly that one man can change society. Not being gender biased here, but they say one man can change society. Many men have come and gone. Society has seen so many changes, but the one biggest problem in society is yet to be addressed. And today's question is, can one woman change society? I think the answer is no. It takes a man and a woman together to change that society. Today I have someone with me who has the power, has the political will, has the influence, and unfortunately has the experience as well. With me is a very, very beautiful racer, very successful racer, very smart entrepreneur, and also taken steps into the Lotus, which of course she is the State Secretary for Sports and Youth Development BJP. With me is Alisha Abdullah. Vanakkam, salam alaikum, how are you?
Vanakkam, walaikum salam. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see a smile on your face, Alisha, and good to see you again. I remember Alisha, the racer. I remember you coming like this tomboy all the time, little aggressive, moving around, this rebel that you were. And the rebel, which I remember, and India and Chennai remember so well, slowly meandered into politics, slowly meandered into different experiences, and that rebel of Alisha was seen on November 19th. When you say, I will not take anything you give at me, there is a right and there's a wrong. If there's a right, I will stand for it. If there's a wrong, I will fight against it. What happened on November 19th, Alisha?
I think Rajiv, you know me too well. But yes, so what happened was on 18th, I should be very precise. So this guy who had contacted my one of I have like three, because a lot of people always ask how did you get your number, but I do have 3 to 4 numbers, my personal number. So three is for the normal public who wants to contact me. So one is apparently attached to my clinic. So he had got the number from Google. He had called the number. It was on a Sunday. So no one had picked up the call, and the phone was with me. It was switched off. So Monday morning, when it was switched on, my staff heard the voice note he sent across, which was very inappropriate what he sent. So and then he called at 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 11 o'clock. He called in the morning, and that's when she picked up and she asked few questions. I think you have the recording, and then it didn't stop. So I was at the yoga class. I came back, and then I was hearing this, and I was so angry. How can a man just speak like that? Because the way he spoke is very, and he said, I'm drunk. You can't just pick up the call and speak to a woman like that. I didn't, to be honest, I get many calls like this. Generally, I want to speak to her. I'm this, I'm that. I don't entertain such calls. But this one was something which said, you know what, I'm going to take it forward. So that's when I contacted all the branches of the hotel, and I apparently landed up in OMR at like 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
What was the
11.
call about? Before we move on,
Yeah.
the call, of course, I have the audio messages. But Abdi Yanada irundhudu. What happened this time? You say you have got many calls like this,
Yeah.
and you had ignored this.
Yeah.
Correct? It happens. You think that I will not react, it will be okay.
Yeah.
That itself is a problem. I think what you have done today should have probably been done before as well.
Yes,
Reacted,
yes,
taken
yes.
action, and stop, put a full stop there. But what was it in this call that aggravated you? A room number was given to you, the location was given to you. orders were given to you and requests were asked from Alisha.
Yeah.
Just few minutes, 5 minutes vara solunga in room.
Yes,
That
yes,
was what the audio
yes,
said.
yes.
It takes guts for a man to think like this, and it takes cheap thinking for him to say such a thing.
Yes.
What irked you and what in that audio got you aggravated?
Because he said he was my husband. He said, I'm Firoz, I'm Alisha Abdullah's husband, ask her to come to the room. No, he had that audacity and that authority to tell my staff, ask her to come right away, and I need body massages. He didn't stop, although my staff tried to ignore him, he didn't stop. He continuously called, and he sent, after that, I think I didn't send you that, he kept on sending voice notes. So that's when I thought, okay, let's go. He wanted me to come and meet him, so let me go meet him directly. So that's when I went to meet him directly.
This was room number 306 in Ginger Hotel.
Yes.
Now you went there alone, or did you, like the common man, seek police custody, or were you using your political will and influence, saying that I'll go there and it will become a very, very big scene?
Okay.
What was your mindset before you went? And tell me, at the end of it, politics illaya. What a bio kandipa irko. What a fear will be there. If I go there and something goes wrong, then what? So who did you go with and what was your mind?
It was very funny. My staff gave me one broom, and I had broom. Todpa katta. I very precise, very specifically, ma'am, in the todpa katta eduthu ponga, ma'am, she told me. So me, my doctor, and my driver. So 3 of us only went in the car. And I had a cricket bat in my car. I always carry, something, because if anything can happen to me, I have some kind of, to protection for myself. So I had that, and that's it. That's all I had. I was like, you know what, I'm going to go. And I told him, I called him and I spoke to him. And I didn't share that audio to anyone. But I actually told him, I'm Alisha Abdullah, what do you want? He was like, hello, darling, when are you coming? He spoke like that. So I knew that this guy, something is wrong. He's not stable. Because no one will dare talk to me like that, and openly nowadays it's everywhere. Cybercrime is, it's not taken as a joke.
And drugs are everywhere as well.
Yes. So when I went to Vadapalni, they weren't there. He wasn't there. And then I went to Taramani, and when I went to Taramani, I contacted the local police. I dialed Taramani police station, and then I called these guys. And to be very honest, these guys were very helpful in Taramani, and 5 police officers had come, not in their police uniform, in a normal thing.
Civil clothes.
Yeah, civil clothes. He said, ma'am, just go on top, I'll come along with you. And he asked 306, and he was like, open the room, I need to come. So he was so nice, we were willing to help. But it was, unfortunately, he wasn't there. And then he said he was in Omar. 1 hour drive from Taramani to Omar, that, my driver drove, and we went there. And then the first thing I asked this guy, here is the twist. So the Ginger Hotel manager said, ma'am, you don't call 100, you call the number which I give you for the local station. So I called, and then they came after 25 minutes, they came. And they said, write the complaint and give me. So I sat down, I wrote the complaint, I gave it to them in the hotel reception. I gave it to him, and immediately I called my mom. I said, you know what, come, there is a problem. So my mom, my dad, they came to the hotel. So just 5 of us were there. And 2 more, another guy was there from my side. And then the first thing the police takes from Kelambakam, he looks at it and says, what are you doing in BJP? So I said, I'm so-and-so in BJP. Also, he calls up his inspector, Mr. Venkat, and he tells the inspector, this person is from BJP, and what can we do, like this happened and all. I'm standing right next to him, and what he's speaking, he was like, Abdiya sir, okay sir, Abdi solra sir. Ma'am, நாங்களாம் வந்து மேலே போக முடியாது மேம், நீங்கள் வந்து நீலாங்கரை ஸ்டேஷனுக்கு போயிட்டு ஒரு கம்ப்ளைண்ட் கொடுத்து தான் அவங்க வந்து அரெஸ்ட் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ ஐ செட், இப்போது நான் தனியாக வந்து போயிட்டு பண்ணணுமா? சப்போஸ் அந்த அக்யூஸ் வந்து எஸ்கேப்பா, இல்லை மேம், அது வந்து என்னோட அஷூரன்ஸு, வெளியே போக மாட்டாங்க, சாரிங்க போக முடியாது மேம், ஒரு நிமிஷம். I never let him go. My mom, my dad, everyone was fighting with the inspector there. And then
you are fighting against or with the police for your justice, for your safety.
Yes, I was fighting with him, saying, hear the voice note, what he spoken. Ma'am, adala okay, ma'am, everything okay. I said, if this had to happen to your daughter, he just ignored me. Then he gave me the police and the inspector of Kelambakam. I spoke to him. He was so rude on the phone. He was like, hello, என்ன பிரச்சனை இப்போ, I was like this, like this. He asks me, is it a gents or a lady who's harassing you? You know, and then I was like, gents, I told him. He's asking me all the questions like as if I'm the accused, okay? And then he was like, இப்போ சிங்கப்பூர்ல வந்து பிரச்சனை ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா நீங்க வந்து எங்க போயிட்டு கம்ப்ளைண்ட் கொடுப்பீங்க? For a second I don't know what he was saying. I was like, நீங்க சிங்கப்பூர் தான் கொடுக்கணும்ல, சென்னையில வந்து கொடுக்க மாட்டீங்களா அப்படி? He was just twisting. I was like, can you do it or not? He was like, no. I told him. That's when I told him, sir, நீங்க வந்து இது பண்ண முடியாதுன்னா பெரிய பிரச்சனை வந்து பின்னால ஆகும். அதெல்லாம் என்ன வேணும் போப் செய். அதெல்லாம் he didn't give any respect. I said, this is how you talk to a woman. He didn't give me any respect at all. I said, okay. Till then my mom was like, you know people, call them up and get. I said, no, I want to fight as a normal person.
Correct.
Let me fight. And she was like, she was like, really, she lost it with me. She was like, no, call people, because they were arguing with me like as if I did something wrong. And then I said, okay. I said, wait. I went to the reception. I said, here's my card. Book a room for me. I need to go up. I called my driver. I called another person. Now we are going to go on top. I'm going to bash the door and ask him to come out. When he comes out, I'm going to take all the video recordings, what is inside and who he is with and what is happening. And then they got scared. And then that's when they said, wait, ma'am, I will call him down. And that's when he came. Till then, the two police guys, they were like, ma'am, inspector pays no, ma'am, inspector pays no. I said, sorry. அவருக்கெல்லாம் நான் வந்து பேச முடியாது, கலும்பு. This is what I said. I spoke head to head with the inspector. I was like, whether it's you or me, I will, because I didn't care. If they're not taking care of me, imagine other women.
Exactly.
And then you won't believe there are young boys going in and going out of the hotel. Girls were going along with them. As soon as they seen the cops, they ran inside. So we don't know what kind of a place that place
exactly.
is. So and then anyway, this guy walks down. So Sir thought that I was waiting for him to meet him. And then he walks down with the glasses. That's when my father, we said Firoz. He said, yeah, he's a Urdu Muslim, I think. We spoke in Urdu. And then he apparently caught him. And I took him out. And that's when I gave him one slap across his face. To be honest, people in drugs, they react in two different ways.
Correct.
One, they go very aggressive.
Or very indifferent.
One, they
don't react at all.
I slapped him and then he was just sitting down there and he was like, are you done? So, and that's when I took a video and showed people, see, and the cops behind, they were just standing, they took the car, U-turn, and they were just waiting to leave. The only time when my dad hit him or when I hit him, that's when they called the inspector and said, this woman is hitting this person. Then they said, what, we will take him and go. They came, they took the accused. We didn't want to give him, hand him over to them. We wanted to directly take him to Neelangara. And they said, no, we'll take him all. With great difficulty, the police says, let's go. And then he puts on his glasses. Did you decide where to take me finally? He says, puts on his glasses and he walks in style. Can't walk also. And he walks in and the police takes him directly from Kelambak Omar to Neelangara. So we followed him and went there. Went there. They don't greet you. They don't say, ma'am, what's your issue? Please sit down. What happened? Are you fine? First of all, are you fine? Nothing. Na prachna. Abdiya. Veliya po nil. They're talking to me like as if I'm a dog, and I was like, listen, my mom is saying, this is what happened. And the guy is saying, my mom asks the guy, why did you do something like this? In front of the inspector. He was like, because I didn't sleep 3 to 4 days. That's why I called her. Front of the inspector. The inspector should have given him a slap. He was like, sari ma, veliya poma, ibdila summa ortha pesu. They were so rude in the police station. I told him, you don't know who you're dealing with. Don't speak to a woman like this. They didn't bother. You had to even shout at them also. They didn't bother. I told them, you people have to hang your head in shame. I told them, you need to wear bangles and sit down instead of you wearing your uniform. And then I was so angry. I went out. Behind my back, they took the accused, went and gave him a bottle of water, never gave us water, made him go sit down in the car, the Kelambakam police. And then he told me, Seema, you go give a complaint and then I'll make him sit down in the car because there's no place to sit. Lies. There is a lot of chairs to sit down there. He goes outside and my doctor is ready with the injection to take the blood test to check whether he's on drugs. Exactly. Because that's what one of the media guys said, take the thing immediately. And then they were like, no, you can't do anything. Okay, I said, okay, maybe I can't do it. It's fine. I turned and the car went off. And then we were searching for the guy. The guy wasn't there. He's gone to Kelambakam. And then I asked him, he was like, sorry, ma, it is not under our custody. You need to go to Kelambakam and file a complaint. And I said, okay, after much, that's only when I put up a video.
Saw that.
Of Neelangara, that's when it became very thing. I got all calls from the police saying that, please remove that video. This is, I'm sorry. They actually said, I'm sorry, okay, on the phone. A very dear friend of mine, Vinoj, he called me up and he was like, I know this is very wrong, which happened to you, but let me help you. He said they're going to remand him, just come back. I've already spoken to people. And then I said, okay, my mom was like, why didn't you do this at the beginning? I said, no, I want to fight, but to be honest, I'll tell you later on in the show. And then I turned back and came. And by the time I reached, I had all the media there. I got an inspector. I'm not going to tell his name. He called me up and he says, please, madam, tell the media not to cover us. We will do all the favors for you. Just tell them not to cover us. We will help you out in this. And then when I went, the guys who ill-treated me by talking were all sitting on, ma'am, please. The only thing which was missing was flowers and red carpet.
And before, you were not even given
they
a
asked me to get out. They said, get out. There are cameras in the station. You can take the video and you can check how they treated me. And then I went there and the AC was there. He was very sweet. He spoke to me and then he was like, I'm sorry, this is what happened, then he read my thing and then finally the paper was so crisp. It was like folded and and I said, I know you're looking at the paper, but this is a state of what I would say. My life right now is the same like the paper. And then he said, sorry, ma'am. And then he was apparently talking to the writer who spoke to me so rude, and then he was writing in Tamil. And then I said, can I take a photo of that? He said no. And then he gave me the CSR copy. When I asked for the CSR copy, apparently the police guy came and said that the guy is unstable, he has bipolar disorder. Okay, and then I said, prove it that he has bipolar disorder. I want to know that whether he's on drugs. That's the only thing which I want to prove. And then he said, no, I think he's unstable. I said, how do you know? No, he said that. I said, come on, if a person is going to say that, you can't believe it. But the next day I got a call that, he's in remand and he's gone to the jail. So
and justice is still pending.
It's pending.
Not just for Alisha, but I think justice is pending for a lot of women in Tamil Nadu. What you have gone through, unfortunately, you're not the only one. You're not the special one to go through that. A lot of women are being sexually abused, harassed, and threatened. Justice is always pending.
They will never get justice, I can guarantee.
We'll talk about that. When will justice come in? When will this change? I, as a man, am with you.
Yeah.
You, as a woman, are fighting for this. When will we win this battle? These are questions I'll ask you in a bit. Stay locked in. This is Chennai Live 104.8 in conversation with Alisha Abdullah. Alisha, what I hear is something that will make any man or any woman or any person with a human conscience feel very, very odd. But to be honest, in the past few weeks, few months, and maybe a couple of years, we in Tamil Nadu are getting used to this. The problem is it's not making news anymore because it becomes so common, people don't make it news. I want to understand, first of all, what is the role of the police? Have they let the common man down? Because unless you used your pull, and maybe if you were not from BJP, maybe if you were a DMK person, you would have got justice immediately. But because you were from BJP or towards a common man, you were left wanting. You were left moving from pillar to post. What is the role of the police in this ideally? And are you conveniently turning this towards saying, see what happens in a DMK run state? Are you conveniently making it a political issue, thinking it might have been governed better?
No, I think this happened only because I was in BJP. Because I remember after reading the statement which I gave him, which had my political letterhead, it was on a political letterhead, and after he read it and after he told the inspector who I was, that's when he said, you know what, I'm not going to do it. Because I think they were scared if it was going to create a very big problem, which it apparently was going to create a problem. I think that's why it's not only now, but whenever I notice, if I say I'm from BJP, people back off.
So DMK is justice given. BJP is justice delayed.
Denied. Yes.
Common man is justice denied.
Yes. Very well.
So, what is your stand on what should a woman do today? And I can guarantee you, people watching the show know of people who have gone through harassment like this. It could be their bosses, it could be strangers, it could be auto drivers, it could be people walking on the road, it could be neighbors, family members, can be anybody. What you did, I think, is wrong. You can't go with a cricket bat and a broomstick and say, I'll sort this case. Sorry, you have great pull on Twitter. You had the right phone numbers and finally you sorted it. But tell a common lady to go with a broomstick or a cricket bat, they cannot, and they will come back. The bat will come back, but they will not come back. That is the truth.
Yes.
So what's the solution? And I don't want you to feel or make yourself feel today like BJP is a problem for you. You chose BJP. BJP didn't choose you. So you still have the power to do certain things. If you want to make a change, you still can. So what's the way forward? How long are you and DMK going to be passing the buck on each other? And common man says, when will we ever get justice? When will women ever be safe? Where's the path ahead?
I think the common man should change the voting from DMK, and they need to vote for a different party. See,
Which you're saying BJP?
I'm not saying you have to vote for BJP. I'm not saying you have to vote only for us. We're going to bring a change. See, it's not going to be possible to change the mindset of the people. But of late, I've been seeing not only my case. So my case is too small compared to the other cases which is going on. Like a teacher got hacked to death.
Yeah.
The advocate was, slaughtered middle of the road. So all these, the drugs are like every single nook and corner. So I think the common man, the public, they know what they voted. I think the vote share has gone. They have gone like tremendously down the vote share last time. So I think 2026 they need to vote for the party who they think is going to bring about a change.
I understand the urge, or I understand the intent to try to make this a political statement, not your experience, but the statement trying to make it political. Let me ask you a very straightforward question. Are you saying vote for Vijay's party? I don't think you're trying to indicate that. You are trying to indicate to the people, vote for BJP.
No, I want to ask you something.
Sure.
When you open a social media platform, you see DMK everywhere, right?
Correct.
What is the next party you see?
AIDMK,
No.
BJP.
You see BJP, you
Definitely.
see Annamalai talking everywhere.
Yeah.
You see him fighting. You see people like Vinod, like Annamalai, like certain people who are working. You see them continuously working. The floods, tell me which AIDMK person has gone and worked?
None.
No one. DMK, yes, they worked. Only this time they worked. You see BJP people working. So now only BJP has come to the limelight. So what I'm saying is, if you want to contact anyone, if you are in a problem, you can contact anyone from BJP. It's accessible. But if you're a common man, you voted for DMK thinking that they're going to protect you, right? Now,
I didn't vote for DMK, but still, okay,
No,
let's assume I voted.
assuming, just a common assumption.
Tomorrow if I'm in problem, I'll call Alisha to say, but you voted for DMK, that is path ko.
Exactly. No. I'm just saying, if anything happens, who can you go to? Who can you run to? Now, you might have followers just 200 or 300. You can just sit at home.
Your voice is silenced.
Exactly.
It's lost.
Yes. But trust me, do you think that it's going to change? Do you think DMK is going to take, do you think Mr. MK Stalin is going to take a step and say, no, we need to protect women?
I agree. I don't see that coming in the near future. I agree with you. But also help me understand, why vote for BJP on this front when you're saying, I'm not trying to take a political stand here. I'm not pro or against. I'm being very clear. But tell me, what makes the woman or the man who wants a safer society for women believe that BJP is the right party?
How old are the ministers in
DMK? Let me complete for a second. Manipur is a very great example. Women were stripped and made to run away. I don't see anything that happened there. The great Indian Olympians who won medals, they were standing outside, protesting, sitting on hunger fast. Nothing happened there. What protection did you give the common man and the sports heroes there? So what is BJP stand on all of this? I would also like to understand. So what would you think, or why would you think one has to vote for BJP? Why would you think it's a better party, and you think the DMK is letting the common man down?
See, how old are the ministers in DMK? Please, I would like to know the answer.
Well, they're very senior in terms of age.
They can't stand. They don't have. They laugh. I don't know whether you've seen Ponmudi, the way he makes fun of people. Tell me, what steps have they taken? Even Mr. Stalin, he can't stand. He can't take a step and say, okay, you know what? These are the problems we have. Stop this. He can't say that. But if you see BJP, there are young leaders, right? From Tejasvi Surya in Bangalore, right? Who was sitting. He's the youngest MP. Right? To Annamalai, to Vinod, to there's so many people like us who are inside our 40s. who have a very different mindset. So for us, it's all about working, going aggressive, making sure that we give back to society, unlike DMK.
So, well, I understand this. Now, before we go into the political side of things, and I would like to understand, when did Alisha become political? I'm going to talk about that. But now tell me, let's take case to case basis.
Okay.
Let's not think 2026, because if we start thinking so deep, we still have 2 years left. In those 2 years, I don't know, thousands and lakhs of women will have to suffer, and I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Leave this saffron tag of yours today. Wear a tricolor flag. I'm talking India, right? What is justice today in your case? What is justice? When would you feel that you have got justice?
Well, justice is, yes, he needs to feel the same pain which he gave another woman by going to jail. That's the only maximum sentence a person can get, because he hasn't killed or even touched another person. And yes, I think looking at this, because of me, this incident happened and it became very viral. So I think men should realize that not to mess around with another woman, because this apparently will become big. But again, when it becomes big, it stops with the cops. It stops with a certain area where you can't go beyond. Because how much can one, like you said in your previous statement, how much can one person change? One person is not going to change the whole society, but a lot of women who actually come forward, and I think a lot of women are more stronger now than before.
What did you do wrong in this? If I hope it never ever happens again, but if you were given a chance to redo this, people say that you staged it.
Yeah.
People said that Alisha Abdullah is hungry for attention. She's not got it for a while. She has stood in racing tracks. She has gone and met VIP people, taken photos. Attention தேவை இருக்கு ஒரு politician-க்கு. She has staged this. And I also feel you going without police protection was wrong. Number 3, you raising your hand on a man was also wrong. I understand why you did it in protection and anger. I understand that. But raising your hand and slapping any person could be wrong. Do you think that it could have been handled better, or you feel I've tried everything, this was the only way to teach this man a lesson?
Well, 5 hours I tried in a very good way, but it didn't happen. So people are saying it's staged. I mean, if I was in a political field at the moment, I would have used some other word, but I don't want to be rude at the moment. But I think I should have, if they say it's staged, I think it's their mindset of a person. But only I know, that's the reason I forward all the audio clips of the guy who spoke. Thank God I had a recording of that. But I don't think I would go to this extent to stage something, stage my own, fake something, let out something so cheap of someone asking me about my something very personal. And I wouldn't have done such something like this. If I had to stage, I would stage something really big, not something like that. And I've tried, Rajiv, 5 hours I tried. You have no clue. Without breakfast, without lunch, I worked really hard to make this happen. I begged the cops. Okay, I didn't want to tell you this, but I really begged. I said, sir, please just get him down, sir. Take him and go. People should know. I just need a video. But apparently, I think they had a deal between the manager and the cops, because they were separately. They were talking, not making the hotel go into a bad name. So, and then what do I do? Tell me. If now no one is taking action, now what do I do?
What you did was probably what a desperate lady has to do when there's no help at all. And what you've done, I can tell you, every woman in Chennai will agree with you. Every woman who's been abused in our country will agree with you. You have asked, you have pleaded, you have spoken, you have protested, you have done everything possible.
Yes.
And when law, order, people, society sense is not on your side, you need to do it for yourself.
So I took the law in my own hands.
And I think that was the right thing to do at that given point of time. Unless law is with you, you hold law with yourself. I believe so. Today, what you are fighting is not just your fight. It's a fight for a lot of women. It's a fight for a lot of men who want their women safer. And I want you to go till the end. We'll continue our discussion in a bit. Stay locked in. This is Chennai Live 104.8. Let the lady do the talking. This is Chennai Live 104.8 in conversation with Alisha Abdullah. Alisha, politics seems to be a very powerful word. I think you have also proved that politics can be a weakness if you are in the wrong party at the wrong time in the wrong state. Yeah? But if our survey, if our study and our report is to understand something right, the problem that these cases come by is a very strong alliance between these B2B Airbnb spaces, Oyo, Ginger in particular, and the local police stations. There's a very strong nexus that is going on that allows people to get themselves drugged, drink. It's a spot where prostitution and illegal activities are grooming. In our own capacity, do you think Ginger can allow all this to happen by themselves? Do you think there should be no action taken against them? Do you think there should be no restriction on who's walking in and the activity that's going on inside? Or does Ginger completely evade themselves from all of this? It is a pan-India brand. And Tamil Nadu and the government and the police has every reason to question. And I can tell you for sure with our understanding that that Ginger Hotel on OMR is nothing but a grooming ground for all illegal activities. What is your take on action against these spaces?
I think all the hotels, with the help of the media spreading this, I think all the hotels should be raided. All these small hotels should be raided. They should actually, they should have broken into that guy's room and seen what is happening inside. Whether he has any woman tied up or whether he has any drugs which is there. See, we don't know because this guy is not in his sense. So if he's talking like this, imagine what he can actually do. So I think they should have taken the first step instead of not bother. To be honest, don't bother about my audio recordings. At least see what he has in store in the room, what is happening. I think that was the first step they should have taken. Being because come on, a cop, they think different, they work different, they are very smart. They are like I can say like 50 Dobermans in one. To be honest, they are so sharp. But to be honest, I wanted to do that. Why should I do it?
The intent wasn't there. They weren't
Yes.
even, and it is very obvious that they knew what happens in this space. It's
Yes.
just that unfortunately one lady has tried to bring notice to this. Otherwise, every night, every evening this happens and it's quietly bottled out.
No, you know what is the most astonishing thing? That guy is from Urumpakam. So he stays in Chennai. So why will he go to Ginger Hotel and stay? So he works in a IT firm, in a top management post. So why will he go and stay in a Ginger
Which
hotel?
IT firm is this? Because I'll tell you, when we reported this on Chennai Live,
Yeah.
people had two things to say. I want to know what the IT company does regarding this. I want to know what is the responsibility that Ginger Hotel takes towards this, which is the top management in our country. And they say, wow, Alisha has set an example. Wow, Alisha set an example is very good. That's not the reason you did it.
Yeah.
But which IT company is this and what? Don't be scared.
No, the thing is, you think I'm scared?
No, I would like the name to come out because I want to know
Problem is, I don't know which IT company. I only know that he's working in an IT company. I'm not sure whether
the
which
name,
company with the name, but I can get you the name of the company. It's not very hard to find out.
Okay. Now, as we move on, tell me, what do you think a woman should do if such a thing happens? It is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not the end, unfortunately. With a heavy heart, I can say it can happen any minute, any hour. When there is a call that makes a lady feel insecure, when there's a forceful act or words that try to be very disrespectful, what should a woman do in your opinion? Carry something with them all the time. Call a number. Call you for youth development. Call a BJP person, though you might not be in power, but you assure Tamil Nadu, I might not have the power,
Yes.
but I have the intent to do it. You can do that as well. So, what should a woman do in this situation? What are her rights? What are her limitations?
First thing is, I think they can, only you brought this up, I have this in mind. I think they should call me. I think because I think I might not look strong, but I'm really strong.
You are. You look very, very smart, very beautiful, but yes, you're a very strong and bold person.
Yeah, so I think they should call me. But before that, because my phone is always on 24/7, and before that, I think good. Thank you, Rajiv, because of your input. I think I will get a number and where they can contact me 24/7. I can give a helpline where I can actually help them out because I don't think the government or anyone is going to help them. Yeah, that's one. And second thing, I think they should always have a man along with them. Speak nicely to the accused, or speak nicely to the person who was trying to do something. Right? Do not get angry like what I did. I got really angry, but don't get angry. Be sweet to them. Know where they are. Get all the details. Go there. Smash him as like hit him wherever you want to hit him, tie him up and take him to the cops. I think this is what I told the inspector. I said that's what I did. I brought him down. The first question I said, what if he had to assault you? I will stand up, I will fight till the end. Whatever happens next. So I think the person should tie that person up with the help of another person and take them to the cops. That is the only way you can survive. Otherwise, call me whichever part of the time. I will be available.
What you are saying, I will correct you. Maybe you're
Yeah.
saying this, Alisha, in the heat of the moment, as every politician sometimes says things which may not be right. What you are saying is something which is taking law in your own hands, which is also performing a crime against a crime. An act of crime against a crime
I know.
is what you're
I know
saying.
what you're saying, but tell me something. Suppose anyone talks to you. See, talking is the least. You can just block the number and
That
go.
is okay.
That's,
A physically willful act against your
so
wish.
you're,
A
you're, you're
forceful
meaning you're
act.
meaning to say that you're going to stand there and call
You can't.
100 and then
Can't.
wait for the guy to do something to you. The guy, inge amma irukringa, ninga yaru, ninga vande, they will ask you hundreds of questions on the phone. Time is, you don't know what's going to happen to yourself. As a common man, when I couldn't fight my own battle, you don't know how much I cried that day. I sat in my car, I was like, oh my God, what do I do? Because this guy didn't give up, and the cops, I cried not because of the guy. I cried because the way the cops spoke to me. I have all the video recordings. That's why I said in the video, if I had to put up this video up, all of them will be sacked.
You know what you are bringing in, Alisha, is a new wave of politics. What you are bringing in is a new thought to society. I'm not taking sides today at the moment. I'm on the side of a safe society, a happy society, and a successful, prosperous society. How to get there? The common man decides based on the political intent, which is people like you all decide. You have chosen a very different path.
Yeah.
You are thinking very differently. Maybe right, maybe wrong. Some will agree, some will not. But at the end of it, what you want is exactly what I want as well. Safety of women, safety of people, and peace, not this amount of crime. You chose politics to be your medium for change. You left the tracks and got onto the electoral part of it. Why BJP is a big question I'm going to ask you. Politics and Alisha Abdullah never seem to be friends at all. I didn't understand how you are related, and today I want to understand why. We'll talk about this in a bit. Okay. Stay locked in. This is Chennai Live 104.8. We're talking to the politician, Alisha Abdullah. Stay locked in. Someone says politics is a very, very dirty game. I'll tell you what. Sometimes life itself is a very, very dirty game. A common man's struggle is the dirtiest game that you can do. Now, we all want change. Some people choose to do it by talk. Some people choose to do it by action. Some people choose to do it by joining certain communities. And here, someone chose to do it by joining a political party. Now, which party will come to secondary? But Alisha, you were a rebel on the tracks. I remember this girl who didn't care hell about guys and dating and impressing and fashion. You were like, my gym and my racing tracks is the only thing I love and I want. You were a rebel, right? What a girl should do, what a girl should be like, what she should say, what she should wear. You said, I don't care. I will do what I want. And that was the rise of Alisha Abdullah. They say a racer, I say a rebel. That's what you were. You lived for yourself.
Yeah.
Now, politics, how did that come in? Why did that come in?
I'm an accidental politician. Because it's a good question. I still don't have the answer for that. So many people ask me, my family asked me. I was like, oh yeah, why did I join politics? But I think it was meant to be. And the reason I joined politics is because of, the reason I joined BJP is because of Annamalai. Because I really admired the person, the way he fights. And I like aggressiveness. I like people fighting for the rights. I've always been fighting for people. So I seen one of his interviews on social media. It was doing the rounds in Bangalore. He went head to head with a common man and he was fighting. I had no clue what he was talking because it was in Kannada, but I really liked the way he didn't care about what he was wearing. What drew me to him is because he was like, "You do wrong, don't blame the police. If we do wrong, we will put our heads down. But you don't." He went head to head with that man. He didn't care whether he will lose his position. That is what I liked in him, And I think when I knew, to be honest, I never knew that a party called BJP exists. To be very honest, I only knew DMK because I have friends, I knew people over there. DMK, I always voted for DMK. AIDMK and DMK, all through my life, I voted for DMK. And, but when I started seeing the saffron flag is only when I joined BJP. I didn't know there was someone. I knew Tamilisai ma'am was there and all those things. Here and there, I knew bits and pieces. I never knew politics. For me, it's like Uday Anna. Avladhan, it was like that only. So when I seen him, I got a call and they said, why don't you come meet Annamalai sir? I said, okay. I don't know where, I've not told him till now, but when I met him in his office, in that Kutti room office, I was like, okay, so this is the man who I saw on TV, and then I realized, okay, he's the president of BJP of Tamil Nadu. Till now, this is the truth. You're the first person who's hearing this. Okay. And to be honest, I was like, okay, they're going to give me a small card and join and all. But then they had a huge ceremony over there and they really welcomed me so well. I felt so happy, And then I thought, okay, one kachi car, one kachi kodi car, which we can just go around. And I felt like that, I'm someone...
From racing car to kachi car.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, it was cool and chill and all.
But there was a lot of talk about you, Alisha, that you might be having the BJP flag, but you're very close to DMK. The sports event that we saw, the night race that we saw, was a lot supported by you. And when people, AIDMK, BJP are saying it's not required, the roads for the common man is bad, here Alisha says let the race happen. Because it was your passion or intention, I don't know why. Clarify this. Is it for the betterment of sports, which is your passion? Is it the growth of Tamil Nadu that was your focus? Or is it your alliance to DMK, personal affection towards certain people that allowed you to do it? If you can just clarify that.
Not the second and third choices for sure. I supported the sport because see, sports, I feel bad that I wasn't a part of it because I know how hard it is to be a racer. Just because I was a woman, I came up in this field. But, young kids, they spend a lot of money, they spend a lot of their time and effort. And people didn't go against that race because the roads are bad. People went because it was a political stance. They wanted to find a loophole to fight, to have politics involved. You don't like the roads? Okay, you know what? Just tell them, the roads are not good, do the roads up. But not say, Uday is like this, DMK is like this. They all made it a political angle and they were fighting on, politics. I felt it was not fair, okay? The sport was getting affected. So that's when I supported the sport.
Nice.
I never supported the government.
It is so nice, Alisha, to see a politician think above politics, to see a politician think above parties. You thought of something that you have grown. Racing and Alisha are together. You thought about that. That's your first love.
Yeah.
That's your soul mate, I would say that. And I'm so glad you did justice to that without taking political sides. My last two questions to you very, very quickly. It is obviously your dream. It is your desire. It's your party's effort to see that BJP finally starts governing Tamil Nadu. Do you actually think Annamalai sir can ever be the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu? Do you ever think BJP will have a strong hold? Don't do this campaigning thing. That in 2024 y'all did, now BJP, y'all did that again in 2021. That electoral part we'll see that time. Place your hand on your heart because today, up to now, you've been brutally honest with me. Do you actually think BJP has a chance in 2026?
No, we don't. I am very honest, we don't have a chance. But I'll ask you a question.
Sure.
10 years ago, tell me, where was BJP? Did we even win something? Or did we even... Tell me the growth of BJP in 10 years ago.
It's phenomenal. In Tamil Nadu,
yes,
the way it has grown. In India, the way it has remained dominant is fantastic. So I would definitely agree with you that maybe 2026 is not.
No, it's not possible, but there are chances. There are chances, very slight. It's a very fine line. Chances are there. Things will change. But if DMK is going to make mistakes like this continuously, I think
By default.
By default,
BJP may not win, but DMK can lose.
exactly.
Yeah?
That's a good thing. Yeah.
And my final question. We cannot complete Tamil Nadu politics without talking about TVK or Vijay's entry
Yeah.
into politics. I'm pretty sure if the card comes up to BJP saying, why don't we join hands, George will grab it. You might say no today, but if Vijay and Annamalai were to sit down and say, let's join hands, George will do it for sure.
They won't.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because both of them are in the thing of getting a CM's post. And I think Annamalai sir, not because I'm here, I know him personally, I think he has a better chance than Vijay to stand as a chief minister.
Your take on Vijay in politics. You think 2026 will be just that one thing and he goes back to movies? Or this is a serious contender? Yeah. We need competition. We need choices for the people. That Vijay in Tamil Nadu politics is here to stay. May not win, may win, but will impact politics.
No. He speaks beautifully. Yeah? He's a very brilliant actor on stage and off stage. I'm 100% guaranteed that crowd over there will not vote for him. They have only come to see Vijay and take photos. Did you see the cops taking selfies? That is what Vijay is. Tell me something. You think if there is floods anywhere or if there's someone who's bleeding on the road, do you think Vijay is going to stop the car, get down his car and arrest that issue? You think?
You think Mr. Modi will do it? You think Stalin will do it?
He will do it. There are so many videos on the internet.
When the cameras are not there, I'm talking about Modi without the cameras.
You're talking about Vijay now. Let's talk about Vijay. Let's talk about Tamil Nadu. Why are you going to Modi ji straight away? Did he attend one press meet? Why can't he do? Why can't he speak openly to all the media and do a press meet? Why he's not doing it? You should ask this question. He also said that people are saying he's scared of this. See, Vijay, when it comes to acting, is phenomenal. No one can touch him. But in politics, I will vote for Vijay. You will vote for Vijay. But the people around him, no one is going to. I don't even know the people around him. We have worked so much. BJP has worked day in and day out. DMK has been like forever. AIDMK has been forever. Just because you're Vijay, you can't change anything. If things had to change, Kamal Haasan would have made a change.
Yeah. I think your point of view is amazing. And yes, Vijay has not given a press meet. I agree with you. But
you know why?
Tell me why.
Because they will dig a lot of things. Is many things they're going to dig. He's a very very angry person. So he knows himself that he can't speak. When the media hits back at you, you need to be calm. He's not going to be calm.
And when will our Prime Minister give a press meet? He makes the press speak for him. The person can bang, the nation wants to know, the nation wants to know and speak for BJP. But when will our Prime Minister have a press meet? I'm looking forward to that when it happens.
He doesn't have to give a press meet. The people like Vijay has to give a press meet. The young leaders have to give. Not again. Are you against BJP?
I'm just asking.
So I know that you voted for DMK.
No, I did not. Okay, I'll tell you what, at the end of it, politics aside, it is so good to see a person talk honestly, talk boldly, talk for a better Tamil Nadu, leave politics aside and still focus for a better society. Yeah. I see, Alisha, a new wave of politics. I see a new mindset for women empowerment. I see that and I feel extremely happy. Central Minister is your dream, is your work, is your aim. But I see this to be our aim together. You, me, the common man, the women, work for a better society, work for a safer Tamil Nadu. I think that will be justice for all of us in this particular case that started on 19th of November and has not ended at all. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you.
Thank you.